Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare states $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most beautifully designed and potentially rare quarters in the statehood series, the 2007 Montana $quarter. This coin isn't just another quarter. It's a window into the spirit of the Wild West, the rugged mountains, and the legacy of Montana. On the reverse side, you'll find a striking image of a bison skull hovering over a sweeping Montana landscape, a design that represents both the state's Native American heritage and its deep connection to the wild frontier. But what really makes this coin fascinating isn't just the design. It's the hidden details, the minting quirks, and rare errors that can turn an ordinary quarter into a collector's treasure. Now, let's talk mints. These coins were struck at both the Denver Mint and the Philadelphia Mint. You'll find a tiny D or P under the "In God We Trust" on the obverse side. Most were made in huge numbers, over 500 million in total, so the average 2007 Montana quarter is only worth its face value. But here's where it gets exciting: among those hundreds of millions, there are rare and valuable errors. Let's start with one of the most famous, the clipped planchet error. Imagine a quarter with a small curved piece missing from the edge. It looks like someone took a bite out of it, and collectors love these. If the error is clear and the coin is in good shape, it could be worth well over $50. Then there's the double die error, where parts of the design, like the lettering or the bison skull, appear doubled. These errors are subtle but powerful. In the right condition, with strong doubling visible, these coins can bring serious attention at auction. Another rare variation is the off-center strike. This is when the coin was stamped slightly off the mark, causing the image to shift to one side. Depending on how off-center it is, values can skyrocket, especially if the date is still fully visible. Collectors also hunt for quarters with die cracks, where the minting die breaks and leaves raised lines on the coin. These coins have a unique look, and depending on the severity, they can be worth far more than face value. And let's not forget about condition. If your Montana quarter is in uncirculated or mint state condition, especially MS65 and above, its value jumps significantly. These are coins with sharp details, no scratches, and that beautiful original luster. Graded examples in high mint state can sell for several times their face value, even without major errors. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for: the real market prices. A regular 2007 Montana quarter in circulated condition is worth exactly 25 cents. But, a mint state example graded MS67 has sold at auction for as much as $125. An MS68 can even reach $250 or more. Rare error coins, like clipped planchets or double die varieties, have fetched between $50 and $300 depending on rarity and condition. So next time you're going through your change, keep an eye out for the bison skull, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find a Montana quarter that's worth more than you imagined. Coin lovers, collectors, and curious minds, keep hunting. Because sometimes, a little piece of history hides right in your pocket. Top 2. I'm talking about the 2015 Bombay Hook quarter, a coin that looks calm and serene, but has become one of the hottest sleeper coins in modern U.S. coin collecting. This video will take you deep into the story behind this quarter, its hidden rarities, shocking minting mistakes, and why collectors are scrambling to get their hands on the best examples. Let's get into it. Released in 2015 as part of the America the Beautiful Quarter series, the Bombay Hook quarter honors the Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge in Delaware, a breathtaking wetland haven for migratory birds and wildlife. On the back of the coin, you'll see a beautifully detailed design featuring a great blue heron and a snowy egret standing in a tidal marsh. It's not just art, it's a tribute to untouched nature and environmental preservation. Now, while most people see just a 25-cent coin, collectors know better. Because this quarter, it hides a few secrets. The Bombay Hook quarter was struck at 3 major mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can identify which by the small mint mark on the front of the coin, a P, D, or S. While over 1 billion of these quarters were made, only a small fraction are worth anything above face value, and that's where rarity comes in. Some Bombay Hook quarters were struck with double die errors, especially on the lettering like E pluribus unum and the word Delaware. If you spot clear doubling under magnification, you might be holding something rare. These coins don't appear often, but when they do, they tend to sell fast in the collector's market. Another valuable variety is the off-center strike. These errors happen when the coin is stamped off position, making the design appear shifted. Depending on how far off it is, especially if the date and details are still visible, the value can jump significantly. Collectors also hunt for cut errors, where part of the die breaks and leaves a big, raised blob of metal on the coin's edge. These are easy to miss but can be surprisingly valuable, and if you're lucky enough to come across a silver-proof version struck at the San Francisco Mint, look out. These proof coins were never released into general circulation and were made with a special strike on 90% silver planchets. They have mirror-like fields and frosty details, pure eye candy for coin collectors, but let's talk real power, grade and condition. If your Bombay Hook quarter is still bright, shiny, and shows no wear, it could qualify as mint state. And higher grades like MS-67 or MS-68 are not only rare, but incredibly desirable to serious collectors. So what does all this mean for you? Is your 2015 Bombay Hook quarter just pocket change, or a hidden treasure? Well, here's the current market. Circulated Bombay Hook quarters are generally worth only 25 cents. But mint state examples graded MS-67 have sold for over $100. Even more impressive, MS-68 coins have brought in as much as $250 at auction. A silver-proof version in flawless condition has reached $150. And rare error coins, such as dramatic off-center strikes or strong double dies, have sold anywhere from $75 to $300, depending on condition and demand. So before you spend that quarter, flip it over and look closely. Because what seems like just a coin, could actually be a collectible waiting to be discovered. Top 3, we're unlocking the secrets of one of those very coins. The 2000 New Hampshire State Quarter. This isn't just another coin from your change jar. This one carries the legacy of freedom, independence, and nature carved in stone. It was the 9th release in the legendary 50 State Quarters program, but what makes the New Hampshire Quarter truly special isn't just its design, it's the hidden rarities, fascinating mint errors, and the collector demand that continues to grow even today. Let's start with the design. On the reverse, you'll find the Old Man of the Mountain, a famous natural rock formation that once stood proudly in New Hampshire's White Mountains. Above it, the words, "Live free or die," the state's motto, one of the boldest and most iconic phrases ever placed on U.S. currency. Now, here's where things get interesting. The 2000 New Hampshire quarter was struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and while hundreds of millions were made, only a small number turned out to be something more than ordinary. One of the most talked about errors is the double die reverse, where parts of the lettering, especially "Live free or die" or "Old Man of the Mountain," appear doubled under magnification. These errors are extremely collectible, and even more so when the doubling is bold and clearly visible. Then we have the off-center strike, a dramatic error that makes the design look shifted or cut off. Some quarters were struck as much as 10 to 20% off-center, and those coins, especially with the date still visible, are worth far more than face value. Another rare gem is the clipped planchet error. This happens when the metal sheet used to make the coin wasn't properly aligned, leaving a curved chunk missing from the edge of the coin. These mistakes are hard to find and highly sought after by collectors, and we can't forget about die cracks and cuds, where the coin shows raised lines or blobs of metal due to a cracked die during minting. Some 2000 New Hampshire quarters display clear die cracks near the edge or through the mountain design, and they add serious character and value to the coin. For serious collectors, condition is everything. The same quarter in your pocket might be worth just 25 cents, but if it's in mint state, untouched, perfectly struck, and graded MS-67 or MS-68, it becomes a prize. These high-grade coins, especially when certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC, are in constant demand. But here's the twist: while most people think older coins are the valuable ones, modern state quarters like this are climbing in value because collectors are chasing high-grade examples and rare errors that most people overlook. So, let's answer the question you've been waiting for. What's this coin actually worth? A regular 2000 New Hampshire quarter in circulated condition is worth only 25 cents. But an uncirculated mint state example graded MS-67 has sold for as much as $125. An MS-68 can go even higher, reaching up to $200 at auction. Rare error coins, like off-center strikes or double dies, have been sold for between $50 and $300 depending on severity and condition. And clipped planchet errors in great shape? Also in the $100 to $200 range. So next time you find one of these quarters in your change, don't just toss it aside. Flip it, inspect it closely, and look for the signs. Because that simple New Hampshire coin might just be your next great find. Top 4, we're diving into one of the earliest and most historical coins in the State Quarters series, the 1999 New Jersey quarter. And believe me, this one has a lot more going on than meets the eye. The New Jersey quarter was the third coin released in the State Quarters program, a program that forever changed modern coin collecting. It made everyday people stop and look at their change differently. And this coin, honoring the Garden State, was a powerful start. Take a look at the reverse. It features none other than George Washington crossing the Delaware River, based on the famous painting. But this isn't just about artwork. This is the first time George Washington appeared on both sides of a U.S. coin, his bust on the front, and his legendary moment of bravery on the back. And while hundreds of millions were minted, some of these quarters hold secrets that make them incredibly desirable. Let's explore the hidden world of rare errors and valuable varieties that make the 1999 New Jersey quarter a coin to watch. Point 1 of the most sought-after errors on this coin is the off-center strike. These happen when the blank isn't perfectly aligned during minting. The result? A quarter with part of the design shifted or missing. If the date and key design elements are still visible, collectors will pay big money for one of these. Another fascinating error is the double die. On some coins, collectors have spotted signs of doubling on the lettering, especially around New Jersey or Crossroads of the Revolution. These double die errors can be subtle, but when visible, they add significant value. Then there's the clipped planchet error. This happens when a piece of the metal blank is literally clipped off during production, leaving a curved edge. A New Jersey quarter with this type of mistake? That's a standout piece in any collection. Also look out for die cracks and cut errors. These appear as raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin, often due to stress or breakage in the minting die. Some 1999 New Jersey quarters show cracks running along Washington's boat or through the water, making for a very collectible variety. And here's something serious collectors look for: full step details and sharp strike definition, especially in mint state condition. Quarters with little to no contact marks, perfect luster, and strong details are graded higher and are significantly more valuable. Mint state 67 and above? Now we're talking premium value. Let's also not forget that this was the first year of the State Quarter series, meaning many people saved them, but very few were stored in pristine, untouched condition. That makes high-grade examples even rarer today. Now you're probably wondering, what is this coin actually worth? A standard 1999 New Jersey quarter that's been in circulation is worth just 25 cents. But an uncirculated coin in mint state condition, graded MS-67, has sold for as much as $100. A top-graded MS-68 example has reached over $250 at auction. Off-center strike errors and double dies have been known to sell between $75 and $300, depending on severity and grade. Clipped planchet errors in excellent condition have also reached values up to $150. So before you drop that New Jersey quarter into a vending machine, flip it over. Look closely. You might just be holding a piece of modern coin history, and maybe even a hidden gem. Top 5, and last rare coin. Have you ever held a coin that feels like a slice of American wilderness in your hand? The 2015 Kisatchie National Forest quarter might look like just another piece of change, but coin collectors know, some of these are hiding secrets. And today, we're going to uncover why this coin could be worth more than you think. This quarter was released as part of the America the Beautiful series, a stunning collection of coins celebrating the national parks and natural treasures of the United States. The Kisatchie quarter honors the wild beauty of Kisatchie National Forest in Louisiana, and it captures that spirit perfectly. On the reverse of the coin, there's a bold and striking design, a wild turkey soaring through the sky, wings stretched, rising above the longleaf pine trees. It's a scene straight out of the southern wilderness. And beyond its beauty, this coin carries some rare features and error possibilities that have turned ordinary pocket change into collector gold. Let's dig deeper. The Kisatchie quarter was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The ones from San Francisco were released as proofs, including silver-proof versions, while the Philadelphia and Denver coins were struck for general circulation. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Some of the 2015 Kisatchie quarters were struck with errors that make them extremely collectible. One of the most talked about is the double die error. This happens when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between strikes, causing parts of the design or text to appear doubled. On the Kisatchie quarter, collectors have reported doubling in areas like Kisatchie or E pluribus unum. If you spot strong, visible doubling, you might be looking at a rare and valuable piece. Another error to watch for is the off-center strike. This is when the coin's image is struck off alignment, making the design look shifted to one side. These off-center errors can range from slight to dramatic. The more off-center, especially if the date is still visible, the more valuable the coin becomes. Also be on the lookout for cut errors, caused by breaks in the die that leave raised blobs of metal near the coin's edge. Some Kisatchie quarters show these unusual raised bumps, which are not only rare but add serious collector interest. And then there are clipped planchet errors, where a piece of the coin's edge is literally missing due to a miscut during minting. These can range from tiny clips to large bites taken out of the coin, and the more dramatic the clip, the more valuable it tends to be. But let's not forget, condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. If you have a Kisatchie quarter in mint state condition, with no scratches, full luster, and sharp details, your coin could be worth far more than just 25 cents. High-grade examples, especially those graded MS-67 or MS-68, are much harder to come by and command higher prices at auction. And silver-proof versions, especially when still in original mint packaging or professionally graded, are among the most valuable. So now for the question everyone wants answered. What is a 2015 Kisatchie quarter really worth? A circulated Kisatchie quarter is typically worth only 25 cents. But a mint state example graded MS-67 can sell for as much as $100. An even higher graded MS-68 has reached auction prices of $200 or more. Silver-proof versions in flawless condition have been sold for over $150. And rare errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or clipped planchets. These have sold between $75 and $300 depending on severity and overall condition. So next time you're going through your change, look out for that wild turkey in flight. It might just be the start of your next great coin discovery. If you're a coin lover, collector, or just enjoy the thrill of the hunt, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on notifications. Because the next coin in your hand might be worth more than you ever imagined. Until next time, happy collecting. And always look twice at your change. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight.